Hello, good day. It's Britonia. So the first thing I like to do is clear the airways. I got my sage, got my lighter. Wishing you and your family peace, health, and happiness through the airwaves. All positive vibes from you to me. Okay. Oh, you can't see my plants. Oh, little plants. Okay. Now I feel better. I got my plants. Okay. So today we're gonna talk about brain function and heart function and how they correlate together, and how it is important to take care of your heart and to have your intentions from your heart and not from your brain. Because when you have your intentions from your brain, it's from so many sections. You don't know which one is coming from. When it is pure and from the heart, it's one, it's not separated. So, first, we're going to talk about the functions of the brain. Okay, we have the frontal lobe, and it controls motor functions, parts of speech, emotions, problem solving, reasoning, and planning. Okay, so that's what the frontal lobe is responsible for. The parietal lobe is important in orientation, recognition, and sensation, and also understanding language. So, what else? The occipital lobe is important in controlling perception and interpretation related to vision. Okay, so this one is good for vision. That's what that one's all about. The temporal lobe is important in receiving and integrating auditory stimuli and regulating emotions and personality and behavior. So that's the pretty important one right there, the temporal lobe. Okay, the left side of the brain is responsible for controlling the right side of the body. Okay, so the left side of the brain controls the left side of the brain, I'm sorry, controls the right side of the body, and the right side of the brain controls the left side of the body. That's why when you see somebody have a stroke, typically they probably had a stroke on the left side of the brain, but the right side of the body will be handicapped, or they have a stroke on the left side of the body, and so that's just how that goes. And it is responsible for duties that require logic, such as science and math. Okay, so that's the left side of the brain. It controls the right side of the body, and it's responsible for duties like science and math, like logical stuff. So the right side of the brain lobe controls the left side of the body, and it's more in tune with the artistic side and creativity and imagination. Okay, so let me go to my other book. I have notes. Um, so let's just say the heart has 40,000 neurons. 40,000 neurons, okay? That your heart uses to communicate with the brain. So your brain is in constant communication with your heart. That's why you have to be at one with yourself, mind, body, and soul, because they work together. But if you're going against your heart and going logical, you're not going to be at peace. If you're going logical and if you're going with your heart and not being logical, then you have to find peace in the middle ground. So the heart is has neurological cells that stores memory. Yes, your heart stores memory as well. Okay, it's a very, very important organ, not just for heartbeat, but it's also important for brain function, not just for blood flow, but for thoughts as well, for memory as well. Okay, it generates energy from the source. We should generate our energy from our source. All of your energy, your core energy, should come from here, not from here. Western society has indoctrinated us to think that we should do everything with our brain, and that is not true. It's okay to think with emotions, because that's where our thoughts come from sometimes, because we have brain cells, neurons in our hearts. Hello, good day. So, so emotions can be like two things. It's nothing but frequency. Either if you're vibrating high, then you're more than likely you're going to be calm or happy. If you're vibrating low, then you're going to be sad and depressed. Correct. Correct. Okay. Emotions also can be looked at as a chemical process in the brain. And I say this because when it comes to depression, depression is an overstimulation of biochemicals or neurotransmitter. You're thinking too much. And it kind of suppresses dopamine. And we all know what dopamine is. Dopamine is a chemical that is released when you are happy, when you are satisfied. Like dopamine is a chemical that's released, let's say, when you have an orgasm, or when you're taking your drugs or you're drinking your coffee, whatever you do that makes you happy to the highest extent. So when you're depressed, it suppresses the production of dopamine. So, and that takes us back to heart rhythm and why you should, um, meditate and try to be at peace with yourself. Heart rhythm is when your heartbeat is off. Okay. And the things that can create heart arrhythmia is fatty foods, incorrect breathing. Breathing is a key. You must control your breathing. Breathing is what helps control your body processes. You can literally control your emotions by controlling your breathing. That's why they say woo sa. If you breathe when you're angry, that brings your anger down. If you breathe when you're sad, you just think and come back to your center, as they say. That's what one should do. The average adult should have a heartbeat of 60 to about 100 times a minute. A minute. This is a healthy heartbeat. This is key. So try to count your heartbeats a minute sometimes and just see, if you're in tune. So that's all I have for today. Um, Thank you. Like the video. I'll be back with more, I guess.